Alright, everybody. Let's get this show on the road. Move the mic a little closer there. What is up, STEM friends? Alright. So, we're on episode 6 of our TwilioQuest adventure in the JavaScript Test Lab. We're about halfway through. Well, it says we're 50% through this, but I don't think we're going to get 100%, at least in the beginner tutorial. We only got 80%, and that was pretty much like as much as you could do without adding extras. Maybe these other ones you go all the way through 100%. I don't know. We shall see. But we have a cool episode coming up. We're on the west wing. We're really close to the next scientist. We've already gotten a secret code from our first one down in the south wing. Now we're in the east wing. So we're gonna go through. We're gonna go through these red lasers and these cool blue ones, and then I'm sure there's stuff farther to the right as well. So let's get to it. Oh yeah, we left off with arrays. So we're going to continue using arrays, I'd assume. Learn to split arrays into multiple arrays and to sort the items within them. Let's do this. Get your items in order. After stepping aboard the infinite loop, you see that the explosion has also caused several of their own systems to malfunction, including this barrier. You'll have to fix some of the array processing code aboard the ship in order to access the areas within. You find the bit of code causing the barrier to remain closed. Like the previous barriers you encountered, you'll need to fix a misbehaving JavaScript function that deals with array array processing. Read it wrong altogether. Okay, slicing and sorting. So in order to split an array, I believe it's slice. So we'll do an array. On the array we'll do a dot slice, and then I'll split it up, and sort is pretty self-explanatory. We'll sort the array. So let's create a file called get first amount sorted. Alright. In your code folder, inside it, create a function called getFirstAmountSorted. This function will take two arguments. The first argument will be an array. The second argument should be a number. Your function must do the following. Begin by sorting the input array, the first argument, into alphabetical order. Once the input array is sorted, return a new array, which is this supposed to be array, maybe. Return a new array, which is the first n elements of the input array, where n is the value of the second argument to your function. Okay. Ant, bird. Okay. Alright. Here are our example inputs. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Alright. Let's get to it. So, go to our VS Code. This is the last one we left off from add first to last, where we added a first and last name to an array. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're gonna make a new file, and we're gonna call it set, if it ever loads, get first amount sorted. And then, is that the name of the function we're doing too? Yes. So write a function. We're just gonna paste that and take the JS off. We have 2 parameters in there. So one is gonna be a number. We'll just do 2, and the next one's gonna be an array. Why can't I do 2 right there? So begin by sorting the input array into alphabetical order. Once the input array is sorted, return a new array, which is the first n number. Okay. Let's see what the help shows us. The goal of this objective is to familiarize you with the functions that are built into array objects to help you work with data in those arrays. Specifically, this objective will require that you use the following functions. Sort, which changes an existing array, okay? And slice, which creates a new array, which is a subset of a given array. So we've already created a file. Inside this file, paste the following starter code. Okay. It's a lot. Okay. Let's move this way so we can see the whole thing. Okay. I don't know why I'm whispering. Is there any more instructions? Your job is to implement the guts of the function as described in the objective tab. Mash the smash button. Mash that hack button. Okay. Step 1, sort input array alphabetically. Okay. Step 2, create an array which contains the first n items of the sorted array. The number of items is provided in the number of items variable. Step 3, return the new array you created at step 2. The lines of code below test your function when you execute your code in the terminal. They are not required for your function to work. Okay. So let's do step 1. We're going to sort input array. So we're going to do input array dot sort. Does it say let's click on sort here. Oh, it's opening up. Mozilla. Let's learn about sort. The sort method sorts the elements of an array in place and returns a sorted array. The default sort order is ascending, but upon converting the elements into strings, then comparing their sequences of UTF-16 code unit values. So if we do sort, it automatically sorts it in alphabetical order. Or if you're numbers, it does it by the first number, it looks like. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. D, F, J, M. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Yep. That sounds right. So all we need to do for this one, sort. That's step 1. Step 2, create an array which contains the first n variables of the sorted array. the number of items is provided in the number of items variable. So we need to do input array dot slice, and then we gotta pass slice in, and this would be number of items, I believe. Oh, we need to do create an array, which, so we'll do n, no, sorted array, the number is provided in the number of items variable. So we need to do const, we need to make an array. What should we title it? Step 2, create an array which contains first n items. We'll do const first items equals. Oh, did they already make it for us? Get first amount sorted. Oh, okay. And then that should be good. And then step 3 is return the new array. So we return first items. I think that should work. Should we look at slice real fast? Make sure we're doing it right. Let's look at slice. Slice. So we have our animals array in this example, and you add a slice and then a number, and we're taking the number in the array. So yeah, that should work. Number of items. So this would be however many number of items there are. I think we're good. Let's see. Whoops, wrong thing. Heck. Oh, it failed. Is that our first failed one of the whole entire tutorial? Get first amount sorted returned third instead of expected amount value first second when called with parameters first second third. What? Get first amount sorted. What was the error? Get first amount sorted returned third instead of expected value first second when called with parameters. Okay, so oh, okay. So if we sliced first items, does it create? So let's run this. So this one creates animal slice to camel, duck, elephant. Camel, duck, elephant. What did ours return? First, second. Get first amount sorted returned third instead of expected value first second when called with parameters first second third too. to return the third one because there's two right there. So we need to return the ones before that. Slice, which creates a new array, which is a subset of a given array. Create an array which contains the first n items of the sorted array. So let's console log first items and save this, and then we'll just run node get first amount sorted .js. Oh, I'm not in the right thing. Whoops. cd TwilioQuest. Now let's run this. It ran cat get first. Why would it run cat? Console log new array. I'm not sure why this isn't working. Apple, bat, cat. Oh, so it sorts it. So we need number of items. And two. Oh, let's see. Oh, let's see if we go like this. Whoops. What happens? There we go. Okay. Let's see if this works. Back away. There we go. Ugh. I figured it out. It only took me 18 minutes. Whew. Okay, so I wasn't using the full capability of the sort correctly. Or of the slice correctly. So slice, you can enter two parameters. It'll show it here if I hover over it, maybe? Not. Anyways, so for slice, you can enter in two numbers, and the first one is where it will begin, and the second one is where it will end. So for this example, animals.slice, it'll start at the second index and end at the or it'll cut off the fourth index, so that's where it'll end. So in the second example, it starts at the second index, which is 0, 1, 2, camel. So it takes these off, and then it cuts it off at the fourth index of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why it displays camel and duck. And that's pretty much what we did here. We started at the first one and ended at the number of items, which was, in this example, it was 2. Um, so yeah, that's how we get the beginning. We start at the beginning, and then we cut off at the total number, so it only gives you the first couple of the array. So yeah. Wow, we have time for one more. Sorry that took me so long. We're getting into some deep stuff. They're really making us work for this. I kind of want to go through all this. Ooh, what's this thing? This strange room displays a number, just like the numbers outside the secure cargo holds on the ship. I wonder if they're connected. I didn't get to read it all. I should take a walk around this room and see what happens. Okay. I want to get to this silver thing first. Or not silver, it's blue. The electrical engineer is trapped behind the security barrier. Solve the puzzle of the infinite loop freighter to free her. Beyond the barrier, you can see the TwilioQuest research team's electrical engineer. She has one of the activation codes you need to restart the ductipium experiment. However, she is still trapped behind a barrier that is different from the others aboard the infinite loop. The barrier requires a special six-letter master password. The clues you need to decipher the password can be found by exploring the rest of the ship and hacking into the security nodes present in the ship's 6 cargo holds, which have hacked all. Once you have hacked all 6 security nodes, you may return here and attempt to guess the password. Oh, so we need to go around all those. So we find all the characters, and I'm assuming each security node inside the freighter contains an index within the array for one of the characters of the passwords. So, looks like we find the different numbers, and we find the password. But we can't do that because we have to collect all these things, it looks like. Alright. Let's see. Walk around this room to see what happens. Does this do anything? Oh, look at this. Every time I pass through the thing, the green thing moves, so I can go through this. Every lap I go around, it counts up. That's kind of cool. I don't know what it means. This strange room displays a number, just like the numbers outside the secure cargo holds on the ship. I wonder if they're connected. I should take a walk around the room to see what happens. So maybe let's start with 0 and go to the 0 cargo hold, and then see if we can get the hang of this. Oh, so it unlocks it. You see that? So this one's 0 right now, and this one's 0, and the gate's unlocked. But immediately when I pass it, it locks the gate, so I need to go around. Oh, what? No. So I need to go to the numbers, and it'll unlock the gate. So we're at 0. There we go. Let's do this one first. Frequently, you'll need to execute a chunk of code once for each item in an array. This is accomplished by using a loop. Learn to use the array built-in function for each to accomplish this. For each. Wow. Okay. Last one. We're gonna be way over time. That's okay. Inside one of the secure cargo holds in the infinite loop, you find one of the security nodes you need to disable. This node is currently locked down because of a misbehaving JavaScript function that is intended to scan the freighter's cargo for suspicious content. You'll need to repair this function in order to hack the node and retrieve the missing index of the infinite loop master password. Alright. So we're going to create a file called freightscanner.js. Whoops. Freightscanner.js. In your code folder, inside this file, create a JavaScript function called scan. This function should take a single argument, an array of strings. Okay. Your scan function must loop through all the strings in this array and examine each one using Boolean logic. If a string in the array is equal to the value contraband, then you should increment a number which would represent the number of times you have found contraband. Once you have looped through the entire array, return the number of times you have found the string contraband within the array. Some example code you can use as a starting point is found in the Help tab. This is a complex one. I'm going to be here all night. But that is okay. So we are going to make freightscanner.js. And the function, scan function, I believe, which passes an array of strings. Let's see what the example code shows us. The goal of this exercise is to learn how to use loops to iterate through the items in an array. A common task in programming is to take a list of input items and do a unit of each work for each item. Okay. Processing each item in a list of things is called looping or iteration. That's what you'll need to do in order to complete this objective. Alright, so in this file you must create a function called scan. There's some code you can use as a starting point. It already has a function defined but doesn't yet work as described in the objective. Alright, let's take this. I always get ahead of myself and I make the function and then I end up taking the help code, which is a waste for me. Okay. Anything else that we need? When your function works as directed in the objective, click the hack button. Alright, so contraband count right now equals 0, but we want to add 1 to that every time the word contraband comes up. And we're going to scan through this freight items. Array. Replace this comment with your code. Your code needs to loop through every item in the freight items array. If the item is equal to contraband, increase the contraband count by 1. Okay. So we're going to do a for each on freight items. Should we look at for each? Is this what we need? There we go, for each. So we take the array name dot for each and then run a function. Okay. Run a function for every element of an array. Alright. So, whoops, wrong thing. So we can do the array, which is freight items. Freight items dot for each. Why did it do that? I don't want that. Did that auto add? There we go. I guess it already set that up for us. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Item index array. For each element, call alert. And this code is more elaborate about the positions of the target array. Item, alert, item is an index in array. Okay. So we're gonna do for each function, and then here's a little hint it gives you. So we can do value index, so the number, the array. So this function, a function that accepts up to 3 arguments for each, calls the callback function one time for each element in the array, performs a specified action for each element in the array. So we can take the value, and then we're going to say if value is equal to, whoops, there, if value is equal to, is equal to, what is it, contraband, then we're going to do contraband count plus plus, which adds 1 to this, I believe. Contraband, I spelled that right. Think this will work? So let's go over what we're doing. So we have a function, a scan function that takes in freight items, and then for each item in the freight items array, we're running a function that takes in the value of every item, and if the value is equal to the string contraband, contraband count number,